What's going on, Gemini? Welcome to July 2019. We're going to take a look at your love life and see where this current situation's at, where it's headed, how you guys are feeling about each other, alright, just overall outcome and see how things are looking. If you're new to my channel, guys, thanks for taking the time to check me out. If you like how I do things and you want to subscribe, go ahead and comment giveaway after you do, and I will enter you into my free product or reading giveaway. Alright, I'm going to shuffle while I talk about just a couple things this particular month, guys. Lots of stuff going on, alright? If you are returning, first of all, thank you so much. I send my love to you guys. Thank you for all of your support, dedication, and your beautiful comments. I really take those seriously. They keep me very motivated to do what I do, and I'm so happy that I can just give some clarity in some areas for you guys. Alright. Now, astrologically, you guys, it's really going to be interesting this month. Okay, I've been so looking forward to July's readings because of the astrological movements, because of all of the initiations and actions that I've been anticipating and seeing through all the readings here. I've just been so excited to see what all that actually even means, because it all just seemed to be taking place in July. Well, with all of the astrological movements taking place, it makes sense. Okay, we've got a solar eclipse in Cancer, we've got a new moon in Cancer, Venus in Cancer, a Mercury retrograde in Cancer. We've also got a full moon in Capricorn, so everything's expanding, releasing, coming into a new awareness. Alright, so I wouldn't do anything crazy or super important July 2nd while that retrograde is happening, but at least be in your intentions. Be very clear and aware of your intentions of what you want the best you can, to use that energy to your best, to your greatest benefit, because that's really what I want you focusing on, is how can you bring about the best benefit for you with these movements, okay? So the solar eclipse is very much about evaluating what you have and expanding on that in a broad and abundant way. So with regards to you, Gemini, this solar eclipse has a lot to do with your own resources, the analysis of what you hold and how that brings more to you. Okay, so as far as business or home or personally, this is not about lowering your value. It's about increasing it. It's about stepping it up and coming into that higher, even higher vibration, even higher statute. Okay, Gemini? So if you're having to go backwards and regress to get to where you think you want to go, reevaluate that, because you don't want to lower your value. You want it to go up, 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 up. Okay? Keep going up. Alright, guys. So overall, this is a general reading. Okay? Take what fits and leave the rest. I don't want you making any really big decisions, Gemini, about your situation based off of a general reading. Okay? Just be very responsible with the decisions, guys. Okay, use your common sense, use some logic, and make sure when you're doing this, you are taking into consideration your situation and how the energies of today, attitudes, behaviors of you, the people around you, all of that has bearing on how this reading is going to turn out. So if you want to make a serious decision, book a personal reading with me, guys. Okay, because that's going to be the best way to get some clear understanding for your situation, okay? I do have some specials going on real fast. I've got a 30-minute and a 1 hour. The 30 minutes, $30. The 1 hour is $50. They both come with 2 follow-ups. It's 3 readings for that price. And it just kind of helps. It's just enough to get through what's going on and get a couple follow-ups to get clarity on it, okay? So let me know if you guys are interested in that. Check me out on Instagram, guys. That information's down below. I do try to give free readings occasionally there. Okay. So, thanks for bearing with me while I went through all that, guys. There's a lot more information this month than I usually have, but a lot going on, so I wanted to make it clear. Overall energy for this relationship, we've got healing, rites of passage, animals in the reverse, and source in the reverse. Okay. So you haven't had a whole lot of creativity coming in here in the last however long you've been going through this journey. There's been a limitation here, okay, when it comes to illuminating what this whole relationship is all about. And until some of these rites of passage, and let me give you an example, like reciprocity, common decency, keeping the other person's highest satisfaction the highest priority, respect, right? All of those little tiny things that make a relationship amazing, those were not being illuminated before. And it needed to be refined. Okay. Sorry, I'm an animal lover, but that was another one. Okay. Now, I feel like somebody has this energy hanging over them. Someone's thinking this about them. It's either you or the person you're dealing with. That there are some old patterns that need to be detached from. Almost like animal instinctual, not higher vibrational. So detaching from those lower vibrations, detaching from negative resources that are out there, or energies. The networking that wasn't so positive, okay? Those things are going to have to be released in order to move forward in a very creative type way. It's really the only way that I see this moving forward here. Because right now, today, one of you is not sure where the other one's going to get, what they're going to do. They're still wondering, or you're still wondering, are they going to detach from all of that? Are they done with that situation? You're being very patient, aren't you? You're not really interested. It's like you're ready to just kind of like, if they're not going to detach, let me know. Illuminate that for me so that I can release I've been patient enough already. Right, Gemini? You've been so patient enough already. You either come and make initiation, or let me go, right? But don't have me sitting here in limbo, just hanging in the balance of whatever you want. Are we lovers? Are we not? Are we lovers? Are we not? Is this happening? Is it not? Okay, because that's just been this whole theme here. Is like, well, where's this even going? Current status, releasing, detaching. Very nice. And working together. Okay, so patience is going to pay off for most of you, okay? Releasing these old patterns, releasing this restriction, and detaching. Coming away from that. But it had to be recognition. It had to come to light first. It had to come to light. And then forward movement can happen. So once this detachment takes place, then you guys will be able to consciously move into some communication and awareness on what you're doing. Yeah, the person you're thinking about is releasing stuff. It's so interesting. They're releasing their stuff. They are. Some of you aren't really sure what's going on because there isn't any communication, okay? Which is just leaving you in the sense of like, oh my gosh, I am just kind of overwhelmed by this energy. I'm overwhelmed at the heartbreak. I'm overwhelmed that there's no initiation on this. What the hell is going on, right? What do they want? Where are they going? What is happening here? They know that. They know what's happening. But they also know, or their higher self knows, that the only way they could come forward is they had to find within themselves the root cause of the issues and find a creative way past it. Detaching from that and coming forward in a much more willing way. Go away. Yeah, it's, you guys aren't looking to like look at other options right now. You have your eye on the prize, you have your eye on the ball. It's just this energy has got to sort itself out, guys. Okay, you gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. I know that that's hard, but patience. If you want it, or you guys can get pissed and leave, I find it funny sometimes how angry you guys get. I mean, like, I get it. I get it. But everybody's doing it in the same boat. Everybody's in the same boat that's in a relationship. Everybody's irritated. Everybody's feeling this detachment. Everybody, you're either in it and you're willing, or get the hell out of it and detach from it. And don't be willing. But you can't be pissed off and want something. You can't. I mean, it's not that it's not just or whatever. It's not that society's not going to be like, yeah, that was mean and you should be mad. Okay. Then go be mad and stay in that. But if you want to evolve out of that and you want to have progression and you want meaningful action, forgive that then and go for meaningful action, because you can't get it if you're going to hold on to that emotion, Gemini. You just can't. If you want manifestation and you want your lover, then put it out there that you want manifestation and you want your lover. Not, I'm pissed off that I'm not going to talk to them when they come around because of what they did. Then they're not coming. That was a really straightforward message there and like kind of a direct one. But I think the universe is getting a little irritated at the fact that there's this constant emotional just weight over this cloud over it that has to go away. And if you can't do it because it just pissed you off so bad, then let this person go. It is not worth all that. There is something better out there for you. There's something better. If it's going to ruin you, detach from that shit, okay? Because that's not right. That's not even real anymore. If that's how it feels for you, it's not real anyway. Sorry. It is what it is, guys. Let's take a look at love here. Lust and loss. So this message is, I guess, for just, it's, of course it's for more than one person, but for those of you who have been intolerant and are full of anger and full of animosity and full of judgment and full of just, I don't like this person, they were so mean to me, you've missed the point. Or this person's toxic. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. You've missed the point, or they're toxic. As far as love goes, it's like a two-way street here. If you guys are not willing to see through why this has happened and get into a higher vibration, then there's no opportunity here in this loving relationship. If you're willing to see the lessons, if you're willing to learn from what's happened and identify them for what it is, not point fingers and tell people they're wrong or judge them or hold it over their head, no, that's not going to last. This relationship won't last with that. But if you are all willing to see things for exactly what it is and then let it go. That was a learning lesson. You could even make it as simple as that. That was a learning curve. That was growing pains. That was whatever you want to call it. I see progression. I see stepping it up. But if you don't, and you continue to sit and wallow in this I just don't understand and mad energy, okay, it's done. You guys aren't going to show patience anymore in this situation, and you're going to release it, okay? It's always going to be sitting in this. Well, it's not even. It's going to end. That attitude will end it. Period. Okay? I feel like a lot of you think that it's lust, and that's where this impatience is coming from, and pain. and anger and frustration. You're like, I was not just some superficial piece of ass or whatever, right? Like, what the hell, dude? I think, and I could totally get that. I mean, if you had a connection with somebody and they just like did a complete 180 on you, and you're like, wow, well, what was that? I don't just do that or give myself to somebody in those ways, or connect with somebody in that way just to be pooped on, right? Or put on the sidelines. So I feel like it's almost the lust, it's the sexual part, it's the parts that really tap into your heart chakras, that are really fueling this energy that you've got, okay? I feel like for about half of you, you are letting go of somebody. Half of those people, half of that half, are letting go only because you are not grasping the concept here on what needed to happen. You have time to do that. And whether you need to go cry in a room for an hour and then come and write down what you want and then you have a better idea, or whether you just say, screw that, I'm not even going to shed another tear for this situation and I'm going to go do something better and different, whatever this is, you guys are going to have to figure it out this month. Your own emotions. Not what they did to you, but your own emotions. You're either willing to accept it and release it, or you're willing to not accept it and let it go. But that's not up to the other person to decide for you. That's up to you. This is your life. This is your decision. Okay? But if this, as far as releasing, you're either going to let the idea of letting this person go and move forward in a commitment, or you're going to let them go, specifically, and come away from this difficulty and this weight and move forward in a different direction. So Gemini, this is interesting because, you know, you've had some really phenomenal readings, and not that this one isn't, but it makes sense to me because there's been an interesting combination of Geminis that I've had that are in a similar situation but have very different attitudes. Okay? And half of the reason here is you're teetering on 50-50. Am I staying or going? I don't know. And the other half of that is you're making their actions and behaviors influence what you want to do and where you want to go. And that's not going to cut it. Get out of that protection mode. This person and their behaviors and actions aren't going to save you or make a difference in your life. Right now, the fact that they're completely cut off and silent is telling you that you need to come out of that protection mode. And either dedicate yourself wholeheartedly here, and knowing that this is the love, your essence of your very being is the root of this relationship. Okay, either come out of this protection mode and commit, because that's the challenge. Coming out of protection mode and committing. Detaching from fear. Fear and forgiving what's happened in the past. Detaching from fear and forgiving the past. That's going to be your title. Alright, what's the truth about this situation? I felt like I was mothering you for a second. Like I was a little intense. You saw a little tiny piece of my mother skills come out there. My kids won't tell you that I'm as nice as I look. I'm a tough mom. All right. Okay. Clarity. What the truth here is. Clarity is going to bring you so much joy and peace. Okay. But it takes recognition. It takes balance. It takes kindness and calmness to your heart, to your soul. Delight in all this, and delight in the fun things, okay? Go and be joyous. Go and be at peace. Bring some clarity to yourself. Whether you are finally saying to this person, look, how you truly feel, and really putting it all on the table, dedicating yourself wholeheartedly that it's going to work, and leaving it at that. Leaving it alone, working on you. Or you letting it go so that you can find balance in a different direction, okay? But either way, you, Gemini, need to find your balance. You need to find your space here, because you've got so much to give here. But I feel like some of you are either involved with somebody that does not have your greatest intention, or there's something that happened in the past, or some type of a fear today that is avoiding forward movement. And I feel like it's just letting go of some of that ego, some of that emotion. So the outcome here, we've got courage and success. So, you know, take that leap of faith, whatever that leap of faith is to you, because it is going to provide success, even if it is just releasing and starting fresh here. But I've got detachment and commitment, so it's almost like it's still in the works on, well, this is about, for those of you who are still in that decision mode, this is about finally coming to a decision. And when you do, it's going to be very successful. For others of you, it's about finally making that decision to release something, detach something, so that you can commit somewhere else. Man, these mixed messages are kind of tough. So, if you guys want to take a look at, you know, your specific situation on which one you're in, and you're gonna resonate to which situation you're in, for the most part. All right, someone's going to be very direct here about, this is you, Gemini. I feel like this is you. Yeah. This is you letting your person know exactly how you feel. I do see that. Or telling yourself, look, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to let that go. So you're embracing this opportunity and learning something from this and moving forward. Or you're releasing it to embrace something new. Those are big cards. But you're being very, very, very direct with what you want. And taking initiation here. Listening to your intuition and coming back into a new realization, a new perspective. I want to pull cards to see kind of like the different scenarios, you know, and like the people who are, it's really hard. I can't think of a question here to determine between those of you who are letting go of somebody or those of you who are kind of in that in between. You're not sure kind of what to do, but self-love was a big piece of all of this. Being comfortable in your own skin, them being comfortable in their own skin, and coming into a place of peace and harmony and fun, where there wasn't like this inferiority complex. There's a confident knowing that, and who they are, and where they're going, and what they want. Okay? And for you as well, that was so important. So important to feel good about everything you bring to the table and nothing less. Okay? Like attracts like. So if you want more love, be more loving. If you are more loving and you want more love, tell this person. If it's the other way around, then be more loving. Open up a little bit more and let this person come to you. Have some fun. Speak, think, live from the heart, not from the ego. You're already flipping amazing. Yeah, there's nothing you need to prove to anybody. Now it's just about going out and having fun, okay? And enjoying each other. Going back to the roots of why you even met. Are you very different from each other, so you make up for each other's, you know, whatever the other one lacks? Are you, whatever it is, it's a beautiful connection here, but it's realizing and re-entering that space. Alright? I hope that helps you, lovelies. I am going to take a look at your extended now. That was an intense message, okay? So I hope that sits well with you guys. Yeah, hope I didn't come off too strong there. I wasn't yelling at you, I promise. Alright. I love you guys. I do. You are in my thoughts all the time with what you're going on, with what you have going on here. As a Capricorn, I don't do emotions so well. I let that shit go. So, you know, all I can do is help you to provide like a clear course of how to get rid of that shit. Okay, Masters and Angels, lots of synchronicities, 33s, 3s, 1s, 1s, 1s. You've been seeing them. Listen to your guides. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what you know is right for you. Not what anybody else has to say, not anything from the past. Brand new. Brand new. Brand new way. Brand new thoughts. Brand new ideas. Nobody has to agree on how you do it either. Just you and the person you're dealing with, right? Alright, love you guys. I will see you for your next reading.